Hey, good morning, guys. Mark Rossetto here. Welcome to Walk the Talk webinar series. I'm really excited about this one. I've got Andrew Hellmich from PhotoBizX. Awesome podcast of virtually every single business topic you can even think of from photographers all over the world. If you haven't checked it out, make sure that you do. He's going to be talking to us today about Evergreen Facebook ad funnels for photographers. With a little bit of sneaky squirrel stuff in there at the same time. As Facebook changes on a daily basis, it's so awesome to have people like Andrew in the industry that actually keep up with all of this. Because as us photographers are actually busy taking photos and trying to just live the day-to-day life of a photographer, it's good that people like Andrew and myself and Kylie Garner, we're in and across all this stuff all of the time. So we're here to give you as much information about the changes that is available. So Andrew, I'm really excited to have you here. I'm going to switch the video on to you, mate. And we are, it's all yours, man. Far away.
thrown in the deep end. Thanks, Mark. Hi, everyone. Look, we're going to jump straight into this today. I know that a lot of photographers are using Facebook ads. There's a chance that you've used them in the past. Most of the ads that my listeners were using up until we started talking more about using Evergreen Facebook ads as a funnel were to run promos and discounts, offer specials, offer free shoots, do model calls, that type of thing. If you're familiar with the podcast, you would have heard the Bernie style ads. They still work today. They are super popular and they're super effective. But you know what I'm hearing from photographers and what I want to do with my business as well is to generate clients that actually book me for me. They like my work. They gel with my personality. They see me as the expert that I am in my local area, and that's why they're booking me, not because I'm offering a special or a discount. And that's how you can use Facebook ads to get that across to your ideal clients. So we're going to get into a little bit of that now. I know Mark told me I've got half an hour, so I'm going to try and condense what I wanted to share with you into that half an hour. But I'm also very aware that when I asked the question inside Mark's group, that a lot of you were excited by the idea of generating an audience and running ads to an audience based on groups that you're a part of. So if your ideal clients are in these groups, I want to show you how to actually do that. And so maybe I'll give you an overview of the Facebook ads as a funnel or running an evergreen funnel, and then we'll dive into the actual how-to for targeting people in a group that you might be a part of. So just, I can use Mark's group as an example for that.
Yeah.
If you have questions, like Mark said, use the chat. I think I can see those as they come up, and I'm sure Mark will jump in if he has a question as well as we go.
Yeah. I guess too, Andrew, that this part here is a really cool overview, because if they want to find out more, they can jump onto your course as well, where you go to full detail with everything. So
yeah, that's absolutely. So I've run the course once to a live audience. Owen Fielding, who's here, he was part of that course. I'm going to run that a second time. The idea was to put the price up for the course. It was only $97 for my members. I've been sick all weekend, so it's still at that price now. If you do want to register for that for the next time, I'm going to put it up after today. So that's there anyway, but we can jump into that later if this sounds like it's a good fit for you. But as far as running Facebook ads as an evergreen funnel, the idea is to bring a cold audience, so people that have never heard of you, to your website. And this is, and really the basis of a successful campaign is having a website that converts. And I know Mark is huge on this. So if you follow Mark and what he teaches, he's all about getting your personality across on your website, having somewhere for people to opt in so you can get their email address, and then you can go on to market to them, build your likability, your trust with them, share your expertise, and book them that way. So you can do that with Facebook ads. You can bring a cold audience, so someone who's never heard of you, to your website and get them as a lead once they get to your website. That revolves around your website being able to convert. The other part of using Facebook ads as a funnel is that once you have someone come to your website, if you have the Facebook Pixel installed, which I'm guessing most of you will have, then you can send retargeted ads to that person. So that means if you come to my website, Impact Images, via an ad that I sent out to a cold audience, then once you've been to my website, I can then go on and retarget you with more ads. And each of those ads is going to have some kind of a call to action, but it's also going to be sharing my expertise. I can share things like testimonials. I can make an offer if I want to. I can share blog posts. I can share behind the scenes video. I can do all these sorts of things that we're told we should do super easily and super cheaply by retargeting.
Yeah,
and
sure.
the reason I say super cheaply is because a retargeted ad is so much cheaper than running a cold audience ad. Mark, have you got a question there?
Yeah. So for those people that don't know what a Facebook pixel is, contact me, private message me after this. I did a webinar on this where I show you how to add your Facebook pixel to WordPress, Wix, and Squarespace. It's already pre-recorded. I'll just flick it to you straight away.
Perfect. So you need to have the Facebook pixel installed on your site. That's paramount. That's how this whole thing works. And it's super easy to do. Follow Mark's instructions and get that up and running if you don't do it already. Now, if you don't have a website that converts, you can still retarget. And one of the best things, the absolute best things you can do in regards to Facebook ads is to use video. Now, if you are an extrovert and you're comfortable in front of the video, and recording video, Facebook Lives are by far and away the best way to create content for Facebook to bring leads back to your website. And the reason Facebook Lives are so good is because you will get organic traffic. So Facebook will actually show your video to your followers, your Facebook followers, and you will get organic reach. So you don't normally get that with a Facebook post. The other good thing about a Facebook Live is it doesn't matter if no one's watching it while you record, and people will come back and look at that stuff, those recordings, once they've discovered you. You don't need to make every Facebook Live an ad, but you have the option of making your Facebook Live video into an ad if it gets some traction, if it gets some engagement and some comments and some shares. Now, the beauty of using video, so let me just step back a second. If you are totally uncomfortable with recording Facebook Lives, because I know some of you are already thinking, well, man, that is way too scary. I'm not doing that. You can have similar success or as good success by recording a video and then uploading it to Facebook. So you don't get quite the organic reach you would with a Facebook Live, but you can still do all the things I'm talking about if you do it that way. And I'm more comfortable doing it that way, but I'll also experiment and use Facebook Lives as well. So I'll do both. The beauty of using video is you can retarget, you can build an audience based on people that actually engage with your videos. So they can watch, you can choose whether they've watched 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 25% of your video, and then go on to serve those people other ads. And the beauty of this is, let's say I record a video down at Terrigal Haven. So I'm a wedding photographer. I'm going to create a video for engaged couples in my local area, and I'm going to show them why Terrigal Haven is the best location, or one of the best locations on the Central Coast to consider for your wedding photos. And I can go into all the reasons why that's such a great spot. It's great because of the wind. You can get out of the wind. You can get out of the weather. There's places to go if it is raining. I can take you to the local Star of the Sea apartments. I know Bob, the manager. I can get you in there for photos if it's raining. There's Crown Plaza. There's all these different options that make it such a good place to consider for your engagement photos. So by doing that video, I position myself as the expert. People get to know me. They get to see my face. They get to connect with me, see my personality. And if they're not interested, if they're not engaged, if this doesn't apply to them at all, they're just going to flick through their feed. They're not going to watch that video. But if they are getting married on the Central Coast and they stop and watch a portion of my video, that's it. I can capture them as an audience, and I can start serving them future ads. So I can continue to build that likability and that trust.
And with that portion of the video, it's only 3 seconds you're talking, aren't you? 3 to 5 seconds, isn't it?
Yes, well, you can. Okay, so that's getting a little bit more tricky. So if I was recording a video on Terrigal Haven and positioning myself as the expert, let's say that's a 4 to 6 minute video, I'm probably going to set my targeting to 25%, because if someone's only watched 3 seconds, they're probably not that engaged with me and what I'm sharing. Whereas if someone watches 1 to 2 minutes, okay, they are interested. I'm going to serve that person more stuff. In that Facebook Live, I'm also going to share my website. I'm going to tell them where they can go to learn more. And I can have a call to action in there, and that can be as simple as go and visit my website to learn more. And then I can retarget from there or from the video views. So we're creating different points of contact with that potential client, establishing our likability and our trust, getting our personality across. And it doesn't need to be, let me come back a touch. One of the things that other photographers or photographers worry about is that when they share their inside knowledge of their local area, they share their expertise, they're worried that other photographers are going to see them do that and steal their ideas. I can tell you that doesn't happen. And a perfect example of this is Jerry Gahonis. So you'd be familiar with him. Years and years ago, he had this photograph that he'd shot on this bridge in Melbourne of a couple, and they were holding hands and laughing. And what happened after he started publishing that photo on the back page of every magazine is that bridge became known as Jerry Gahonis's bridge. So other brides and grooms, or mainly brides that were getting married with a different photographer, were asking if they can go to Jerry's bridge for photos. So if you share your expertise and become the expert in your local area, you will be seen as the expert. Like, you don't have to, if someone else steals your idea, they're just copying you, and other people will know that. So don't be afraid to share your expertise. Don't be afraid to share your inside tips that you share with your clients. If you're worried about what to share, just have a look at the answers that or the replies that you give to the questions that your current clients already ask you. What should I wear? What should I bring? Where should we go? What happens if it rains? If you're a portrait photographer, you have a similar set of questions that you're answering all the time. The tips that you share in your blog posts, the concerns that your clients have, answer those questions in your videos, and you can create Facebook Lives or videos and upload them. So either this way, either process works. If a video gets engagement and it looks like it resonates with your potential client, then you create an ad from it, and then you retarget to the people that engage with that ad. Okay, so you're basically creating a process that you can set up and leave and run all year round. Okay, and be bringing people into your funnel, so a cold audience, and then serving them extra ads and building your likability and trust and becoming the go-to photographer in your area. So it does still revolve around your website, but you can use Facebook ads to help you do that.
Awesome.
Just quickly with your budgeting, if you've done some Facebook advertising before, you want to budget around 70 to 80% for your cold traffic ads. So depending on what your budget is, allocate 70 to 80% for cold traffic. And then you only need that 20 to 30% for the warm traffic ads because you're going to have a lot less people that you're targeting, and it's a lot cheaper to send your ads to a smaller number of people. So you don't need to allocate a lot of money to do this. What else was I going to tell you there? Just it is. I mean, some of the more advanced strategies you can do. You can actually serve your retargeting ads in order. Okay, so that's getting more advanced. We're not going to go into that today. You can also, let's say you have 4 or 5 follow-up ads. Your last ad might be an actual offer, and if you don't want to give that to everyone, if you don't want to give that to someone that's already booked you, you can remove them from your audience and not give them the offer because you know they've already booked you. So there's different things. You can take this to an advanced level, or at its most basic level, it's recording videos, sending traffic to your website, and then retargeting the people that have already visited your website or engaged with your videos.
Awesome.
I'm going to stop there and just see if there's any questions before we jump into the actual strategy.
Cool. So pretty much what you're trying to say is be engaging, connect with your clients, give them really cool info on the video to actually want them to engage in the first place, because the longer that they're on it, the more engaged they are, the more likely to retarget the market as well. And your Facebook pixel will pick up all of that information as well, and then go to your website and everything that we preach, everything that we talk about all the time, which is really cool. Now, I did put a post in the link in the chat where I've done a Facebook Live for photographers, the do's and don'ts. So there's a whole checklist on Facebook Live that you can do, and I can put up the Facebook pixel link as well. I'm not going to put it up now because I want you to focus on Andrew. I don't want you to press on it. So everyone, don't get distracted. I shouldn't have posted mine. So Andrew, I'm sorry if people are getting distracted. I'm holding out. I cut and paste it, and then I delete it. So I'm not fussed on time at all in the slightest. If no one else is, or if kind of you aren't, you just show what you want to show. Let's jump into Facebook and let's see how this all works.
Okay, cool. I'll just answer the question from Natasha. She's asking, so to confirm, a retargeted ad is one that's going to someone who's already visited your website. So yes, that's part of it, Natasha. So that would be a retargeted ad to someone that's visited your website. You can also retarget someone that has engaged with your video. You can also retarget people that have engaged with your Facebook page or a post on your page. but we're going to use video specifically for these examples. Okay, so retargeting is basically sending ads to someone that is already familiar with you, and it's another chance to build that likability and trust, and then generate the booking. Can you retarget people from a previous ad? Diana's asking. Yes, you can if they engage with that ad. There's a chance to do that. But once you know the process, you'd probably be better off running that ad again and then retargeting from there, or retargeting from website visitors to start with, just so you're not getting yourself. So the biggest thing I found is when I teach this is that people got so confused with trying to run too many retargeting ads, they tied themselves in knots. So the simple way to start is one cold audience ad, get that working. Get people visiting your website, clicking on the link in that ad or that post, and engaging with your video content. From there, set up one retargeting ad. That's the basic place to start. And then from there, you can build your funnel out to be more advanced.
Cool.
Sesh is asking, is a Facebook ad really meant for a business page on Facebook? So this is for a business page, but we're going to use our personal profile to do the sneaky stuff, and I'm going to show you in a second.
All right.
That I did on Mark's group.
I reckon let's sneak into the sneaky stuff. Let's get into the Facebook ad part, because we could be answering questions for the next 2 hours if Tash keeps going. Okay. I'm just picking on you. You've only asked one so far, but it was the first one.
All right. I'll share my screen. I'll answer Louise's quick question. Appropriate daily budget. You can start with as little as let's say $2 a day to start with. You don't need to spend a lot. All right. So one of the things that I talked about, Mark's laughing at something. I can't be distracted now, but I'll focus on what I want to share.
Natasha, she's asking more questions.
Okay, I'll come back to that, Natasha. So one of the things I shared in Mark's group with you was a couple of videos, and the idea of that was to show you that it's possible, and ask you if you knew that it was possible to target people in a Facebook group that you're a part of. Now this is a little bit sneaky. So if you're going to do this, you have to be careful for a start. And what I would tell you is to ask the admin of the group if you can do what you want to do. If you don't ask the admin and you do it in the sneaky way, then just be prepared to get kicked out of the group. Okay, so just be careful if you're going to use this. So in regards to Mark, and just can you just give me the thumbs up if you can see my screen now?
Yeah, man, it's all good.
Okay, cool. Let me jump into... So this is inside Mark's group now. Okay, so I posted a couple of videos, and what I did was created a retargeting audience based on these videos. So there's a chance that you saw one of these videos in Mark's group. I think this is the second one that I did. You can see on this, the stats here, had 683 views. So that doesn't mean there was 683 of you that saw it in Mark's group, but there was a high number. And once you had engaged with that video, you'd actually seen it. And because Facebook auto plays video, I was able to create an audience based on you guys and serve you a series of ads over the last week in the lead up to this webinar now. And those ads finished running last night. Now, depending on the group that you're a part of, so let's say you're a portrait photographer, or let's say you're a newborn photographer and you're part of a mother's group in your local area. Maybe that group doesn't allow you to advertise your photography business, or maybe there's so many photographers in there advertising that it's hard to stand out unless you're offering your photography for free. So you don't want to be doing that. So what you can do, which is a little bit sneaky, is create a video from a still photo. And I'm going to show you how to do that. You can use something like QuickTime for that, or ScreenFlow, any screen capture software, but you can do it with QuickTime if you're on a Mac. And you can create a video from a photo. And what you do is you create a 4-second video. And then you capture, so once that goes into the group, I'm going to show you how to do this. Once you set up your audience to capture anyone that watches 25% of that 4-second video, which is 1 second, okay, they will be added to your audience. And then you can go on to serve those people future ads or retargeted ads. Okay, so this is why this is a little bit sneaky. So I can show you some examples.
I love this. This is awesome.
Because it's sneaky.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's so cool.
Okay, so
smile getting bigger and bigger.
Everyone loves something sneaky, but again, you've got to be careful if you do this. Best to get the permission from the admin. So this is an ad that I ran inside Samantha Grant's Facebook group with her permission as a chance to run a test. So this here is a photo that I made into a video, and I use ScreenFlow, but you can use, like I said, QuickTime to do this. You basically throw a photo full screen up on your monitor and get QuickTime to record it, and you make it a 4-second video. You can trim the video once it's recorded, and that photo is now just a video. And because Facebook is set to autoplay video, so when someone scrolls through Samantha's group, they'll see this post, which is a video, and it auto plays. All they've got to do is stop to read this caption or any part of my caption that I've added to it, and they've spent more than a second on that particular video, and they get added to my audience. They don't know they've been added to my audience, but I can now serve them ads. Okay. I think I can see a few people smiling.
Cool. So it's a good idea to add a picture plus a text, because the text will make them read it for a minute.
Yes. Now, you have to be careful when you add text, because Facebook only allows you to take up 20% of the real estate of the image, and there's a tool to check that with Facebook. So if you Google that, you'll find that I can add a link later on. I can give that to Mark. You just upload your photo, check that it fits within Facebook's guidelines, and your image, you can turn it into a video and make it an ad. So what you would do is create a video, and you would upload it to your Facebook page, so your business page. And that would be, let's say look, and it doesn't have to be a sneaky 4-second video. It could be a helpful tutorial like I did for Mark, for you in Mark's group. You know, I talked about Facebook ad retargeting and some of the things we're going to cover in the webinar. So it depends on the group that you're a part of. I know that Mark mentioned that Ryan Shembry's on the call. So his target audience, if he's selling his teaching stuff, is going to be different to your target audience if you're a photographer targeting newborn photography clients. So, you know, Ryan might go in and teach something about lighting or posing, whereas we might go in and teach something about what to wear to get the best shots, or how to settle your baby before a newborn shoot. Depends on your audience. So you need to tailor your content for the group that you're a part of. It doesn't have to be a super sneaky 4-second video. That was my main point here. Yep. Once the video has been uploaded to your Facebook page, you can set it to not be shown on the timeline anytime after that. So that means that Facebook isn't going to show you a video. It's going to show it to very few people. If you have it expire from being shown on the timeline, you know, you can set that for 5 seconds after the post goes live. Okay. Because what you're trying to do, you really only want this video to be appearing inside the group that you're targeting, because you want to serve them specific ads related to that group and whatever you're advertising, whatever you're trying to share with that group. So you don't want it to go to all your page, people who already follow your page. Good thing about this is if you don't have many page followers or likers, it doesn't matter, because it's just revolving around the ad and who sees the actual video and where you serve that. So the video is uploaded to my Facebook page. It's hidden from my timeline now, but it exists on Facebook. Okay, now if you go into your asset library, sorry, not your asset, sorry, let me just rephrase that. Let me just go back. Let me just take you to the right page here. Sorry, guys. Okay, if you go to your publishing tools, which is available inside your Facebook page, your business page, you'll actually see all the videos. Here's another example that I created for a group, which is a 4-second video with some text on it. So there's never been a better time to reach your perfect target client. Okay, so this was going to a photographer's group. And then I've got obviously longer videos as well. Okay, so it depends on the content you're uploading. So once you have your video uploaded, it'll appear here in your publishing tools under videos, under your video library. And then you can choose that video inside your publishing tools and the video library. You can come down here, you can click on the actual post. And then from in here, you can go up to post in the post details. And here's the tricky part. You need to share this as your personal self, not as your business page. So you click on here. I'm going to go off PhotoBizX. I'm going to go to, where am I? Andrew Hellmich, me. Okay. And now I can share this post into a group. So I'm going to share this into a group. Once I click on that, I can go into Mark's group. I can search the groups that I'm a part of, sharing a group name. So the photography, there's Mark comes up first. I can add some copy about this video, and then I post it. Now in Mark's case, he has to approve it. So it depends on the group admin and the setup there. But that post now exists inside Mark's group, that video with some copy. Now just be aware that whatever copy you added on your post on your page is going to appear when you go to share it. Okay, so just make it all relevant, make it all tie in together nicely. And you'll see the first time you do this. And then I can add some more commentary to upload it into Mark's group. Now, once it's in Mark's group, I'm going to go over to my assets library. So I've gone into my ads manager. Hopefully everyone knows where ads manager is. If you go into your assets library, you might have to go down to all tools and come up to audiences. And I'm going to build an audience based on the people that watch or see that video. Okay, now remember that video exists on my timeline, but it's hidden. It's hidden from other people's timelines, and it only now really is getting shown to people inside Mark's group. Okay, so I'm going to go create audience, custom audience. It's going to have a little think, and I'm going to create a custom audience based on video as my source. I'm going to choose the content type. So I'm going to choose people that have watched. I can choose 25%. You can see here 10 seconds, 3 seconds. Now the idea is, if you're being sneaky, you're going to go for 25% of a 4-second video. If you're looking to, if you're going to use this for your actual Evergreen Facebook ad funnel, then you might choose 25%. Let's say you have a 4-minute video on a location or what to wear or how to settle your baby, that kind of thing. You really want to go up around 25%. So people watch at least a minute so you know that they really are engaged and your ideal client. So let's say 25%. I click on this little choose videos and I'm presented with all the videos, not in the Central Coast Cycling Club. And you can see all the videos here. So these are the 4 or 5 that I did for Mark and you guys as the main ads and also the retargeting ads. Okay, so I can choose a video and I can confirm it. So anyone now, and I can, okay, so let me just hold on, I'll slow down 1 second. This is where I choose how long after I'm going to be serving my ads. So let's say you want to run an ad for this audience in 2 weeks' time. You would need to put 14 days in here because what happens, this is a rolling audience. So if let's say I choose 7 days, let's say I choose 7 days here. Anyone that's seen this video in the last 7 days will be added to my audience. Once it gets to day 8, anyone that watched it more than 7 days ago will now be leaving this audience. Okay, but I can come back and change this anytime I want to. So I'm going to have this for 14 days and I'm going to give this a good clear name so I can find it later on when I go to create my ad. Okay. Now the beauty of this is, let's say you have, you're setting up your funnel, or maybe you're inside this Facebook group. You might record another video a week later. I can come in to the same audience and I can add another video. I can add multiple videos to this audience, or I can set up separate audiences. It depends on what you want to be doing. So now I have 3 videos here. Anyone that's watched any of these 3 videos in the last 14 days will get added to this audience.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm going to call that a test audience. I'll create my audience. It's going to take a little while to set that up. It's asking if I want to create another lookalike audience based on that. I don't need to. So here's my test audience and it's populating now. So what I would do next is go into Ads Manager. And these are let me come back to campaigns. So inside my Ads Manager, here's the retarget ads to Mark Rossetto's group. So these are the ads that I created for you guys once I knew that I was going to be doing this webinar. Yep. So I'll go to my ad sets. I've got 4 separate ad sets. Okay. So I've got 4 different ad sets being served to you guys at different times and at different rates. So you can see here, this one's the reach here of each of these ads. This one only went out a couple of days ago, so it's got a lot lower reach, and these have all finished running. If I go into the actual ads. Okay, so these are the ads here that belong to each of those ad sets. So none of these are delivering now, but you can see, so these are ads that hopefully you have seen. So one featured Carl, two of them were me talking to camera, and one of them was just a photo. Okay, and all of them had copy to go with it. They all had a call to action, getting you to register, or asking you to register for Mark's webinar, and not to forget about this. So you can do exactly the same thing to your Facebook group's audiences that you're a part of. So
awesome.
Hopefully this is making sense.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. You've explained it really clearly. Create your engagement first. Create your ad or video. Post it to your page as a video or something, and then hide it. Create your go to your assets, a library, and build an audience.
Yes, that's right. And then start serving ads to that audience, so strategic ads to that audience. And you can see here the cost to serve these ads. So these, how many? So I've got a pretty big reach here. So there's a couple of thousand, looks like almost 2,000, let's say, in round figures. So it's cost me $61 to send those 2,000 ads, $2,000 worth of advertising. Oh, sorry, the reach 2,000 people.
Yeah, great. Very cool.
That's pretty much the crux of how to set up those ads to retarget people inside a group. There's probably going to be a bunch of questions. I'm happy to, should we jump into those now, Mark?
Yeah, what we're going to do, we're going to press stop in the recording though. Do you want to stop sharing your screen for a sec? Oh, I've got to exit full screen. It's all going a bit funky on my side. I would just say that, Andrew, that was freaking awesome. That is so cool. So cool. Now, while we're here, I need to ask, Mr. Shambry, Ryan, do you mind if I post up an ad on your group? No, I'm kidding. I'm just messing with you. All he's good, he's like, fuck off. It's cool. All right, what we're going to do, we're going to press stop on the recording there. Andrew, that is awesome. My notes, look at that. Of just everything that you just said. And do you know what? When you get this video and you can replay it back, literally press play, pause, play, pause, play, pause, and just follow the recipe. If you do need help with Andrew, specifically, remember we've got the link that's going to be with this video and in the email with the Evergreen Facebook ads. This is freaking rad. I actually saw this, now that you've done this, I saw this about 4 months ago from someone else that explains this on a whiteboard for 15 minutes. And I was like, do you know what? This could be really good for photographers. And it's exactly what he was talking about, which is what you're talking about, which is just so super awesome. So Andrew, thank you so much for coming on. I'm going to press stop in the record, but everyone else stay around. If you are not watching this live, you're going to miss out on all the Q&A. So you should have been here.